Heya, this is Penny on 15 Minutes of Fame, and our show today is about a wild legal battle where hip-hop superstar Drake faces a lawsuit over what prosecutors are calling a secret encrypted scheme to share insider tips about an online casino. So apparently Drake's got 99 problems now, and about 47 of them involve alleged bot farms, gambling money, and something called encrypted tipping. Look, Drake's name has been everywhere lately, but this time it's not chart-topping hits or getting bodied by Kendrick. The Canadian rapper is facing a federal RICO lawsuit that reads like someone gave a crime novelist unlimited access to cryptocurrency forums. We're talking illegal gambling, bot farms, shell games, and enough alleged fraud to make your head spin faster than his feelings on any given Tuesday. And he's dragged Adin Ross and the online casino stake down with him, accused of running what plaintiffs call a coordinated scheme that exploited gambling addicts while secretly funneling money to artificially inflate Drake's streaming numbers. Yes, you heard that right. This lawsuit connects online gambling to music industry fraud in ways nobody saw coming. It's like a crossover episode nobody asked for. According to a class action filed in Virginia federal court, Stake, an online casino that's technically banned in the US but operates through a legal loophole that's thinner than Drake's acting career, has been using Drake and Adin Ross as promotional puppets to lure Americans into what plaintiffs call illegal real money gambling disguised as harmless social casino fun. You know, just casual entertainment, like Russian roulette but with your retirement fund. But here's where it gets really interesting. The lawsuit claims Drake used Stake's encrypted tipping system to secretly transfer millions to a guy named George Nguyen, who allegedly coordinated with bot farms to pump up Drake's Spotify numbers. We're talking about public transactions where Drake tipped Ross amounts like $120,000 through the platform. The plaintiffs argue these weren't just generous gifts between friends, they were part of a money laundering operation designed to pay for streaming fraud while making it look like casual gambling activity. You call it criminal conspiracy, I call it being entrepreneurial with extra steps. Stake fired back immediately, calling the whole thing nonsense. Their spokesperson said flat out that Stake doesn't even have a tipping function that could be used this way. That's a pretty specific denial, and it creates a fascinating he said, she said situation. Either the plaintiffs have receipts proving this tipping system exists and was used exactly as they claim, or they've fundamentally misunderstood how the platform works. That contradiction alone could make or break this case. If plaintiffs can prove Stake is lying about its own platform's capabilities, that's not just bad for this lawsuit, it's devastating for Stake's credibility on everything else they're denying. Now let's talk about the money, because it's staggering. Drake reportedly signed a deal with Stake worth $100 million per year. That's not a typo. $100 million annually, plus free gambling credit. He's been promoting this platform since the deal started, posting about his wins and losses to his massive Instagram following. In June, he revealed he'd gambled over $124 million in a single month and lost $8.2 million. He captioned it with something about sharing the other side of gambling and hoping to post a big win soon. Very relatable content for the average person, right? Really speaks to the common experience of losing more money in 30 days than most people will see in their entire lives. The lawsuit argues this kind of promotion is deliberately deceptive because Drake and Ross often aren't gambling with their own money, despite telling their audiences the opposite. When you're playing with house money but presenting it as your own risk, you're not just being dishonest. You're manipulating millions of followers into thinking this is normal, safe behavior. It's like watching someone eat poison ivy and go, "See? Totally fine," when they're actually wearing a full hazmat suit under their hoodie. Here's what makes Stake such a controversial operation. The original Stake.com is a Curaçao licensed casino that's officially banned in the US, Australia, UK, and dozens of other countries. So how do they operate in America? Through stake.us, which uses a dual currency system. Some tokens are free, others can be purchased. You gamble with these tokens instead of cash directly, but here's the kicker. You can convert your winnings to cryptocurrency and withdraw real money. Plaintiffs argue this is just illegal gambling with extra steps, a predatory system designed to exploit a legal gray area while creating the same addiction risks and financial devastation as any casino. The lawsuit specifically claims Stake preys on consumers by masking its real money gambling platform as a free and safe social casino, deliberately misleading people about the risks of gambling addiction and threatening their family's financial well-being. Which is a fancy legal way of saying they're destroying lives, but with better branding.
My name is Tom Sachs. I'm an artist in New York City. For nearly 2 decades, I have been collaborating with Nike.
Nike running is for runners, Nike basketball is for basketball, Nike craft is for everyone else.
The RICO angle is what elevates this from a consumer protection complaint to potential organized crime territory. RICO, the Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act, was designed to take down mob operations, and it allows for triple damages if plaintiffs win. They're seeking at least $5 million, which means we could be looking at $15 million plus costs and attorney fees if they prove their case. The lawsuit alleges the scheme started when Drake signed his Stake deal, and it's been running ever since through this network of celebrity promoters, encrypted payments, and bot farm operators. It's basically Ocean's 11, but everyone's worse at hiding it, and also nobody's as charming as George Clooney. Let's focus on this George Nguyen character for a second, because he's the alleged middleman who makes the whole streaming fraud scheme work. According to the complaint, Nguyen operates online accounts and coordinates directly with bot vendors, clipping channels, and streaming farms to artificially inflate Drake's play counts on platforms like Spotify. The lawsuit claims Drake funneled money to Nguyen through Stake's tipping system specifically because it's wholly encrypted and substantially unregulated, making it perfect for moving money without scrutiny. If true, this is genuinely innovative criminal thinking, using a gambling platform's payment infrastructure to fund music industry fraud. It's like money laundering, but make it streaming era. The implications for other artists are significant too. The lawsuit argues that artificially inflating Drake's numbers didn't just boost his stats. It suppressed authentic artists and narrowed consumers' access to legitimate content. When algorithms think Drake is more popular than he actually is, they recommend him more, push him higher on playlists, and give him better placement. That means less visibility for everyone else. Bot farming has been a problem in the music industry for years, distorting charts and royalty distributions. But this lawsuit suggests it's happening at a scale and with funding sources nobody suspected. So every time you wondered why Drake was in literally every playlist, there's your answer. Spoiler alert, it wasn't organic. Adin Ross, the 25-year-old live streamer caught up in this, called an earlier Missouri lawsuit about these same allegations, quote, bullshit. That first case came from a guy named Justin Kilham, who made similar claims about Drake and Ross misleading followers about Stake's legality. Ross has since moved from Stake to a rival casino called RainBet, but he kept streaming on Kick, the live streaming platform that's also owned by Stake's parent company, EasyGo. It's all very incestuous. Ed Craven, Stake's 30-year-old co-founder, is Australia's youngest billionaire with an estimated fortune of $2.8 billion. He co-founded Kick specifically to create a streaming platform where gambling content wouldn't face the restrictions it gets on Twitch or YouTube. Kick drew serious regulatory attention after hosting a live stream where someone actually died in France. That's the kind of operation we're talking about. Minimal moderation, maximum chaos, all in service of promoting gambling. Drake's relationship with Stake has had its rocky moments. Reports say he tried to withdraw funds and got blocked, leading to an apparent falling out. Then suddenly a video appeared showing $1 million restored to his account, and everything seemed fine again. In December, he was back promoting hours-long Kick live streams with captions asking if they could end my roughest gambling year on a good note, and offering to share 10% of a big win with followers who entered through Stake. It's textbook influencer marketing, except the product is gambling addiction and the prize is cryptocurrency.
Building a new product? Temez Labs takes you from napkin sketch to the App Store. Trusted by Fortune 500s for quality, security, and speed. Book your free strategy session at temez.ai.
What nobody's really addressing yet is what Spotify and other streaming platforms think about these allegations. If Drake's numbers were artificially inflated through bot farms funded by gambling money, shouldn't those platforms investigate? Shouldn't there be some accounting of which streams were legitimate and which were purchased? The silence from streaming services is deafening, and it raises questions about how seriously they take streaming fraud when it involves their biggest artists. Drake is a cash cow for Spotify. Are they really going to dig into whether his success is partly fabricated? My guess is they'll investigate this right after they finish investigating all those other things they're definitely not investigating. The broader context here is that sweepstakes casinos are facing legal challenges across multiple states. Ryan Seacrest got sued for promoting Chumba Casino, using similar arguments about deceptive marketing. The fundamental question is whether these dual currency systems are legitimate social gaming or just illegal gambling with a thin legal veneer. This Drake case could set major precedent because it's not just about whether Stake is legal. It's about whether celebrities can be held liable under RICO for promoting platforms they know or should know are operating illegally. The plaintiffs in the Virginia case, Lashana Ridley and Tiffany Hines, claim they suffered serious harm after Drake's promotions encouraged them to gamble on Stake. They're arguing that Drake's massive platform and carefully crafted image of wealth and success made gambling seem safe and aspirational. When someone with Drake's reach posts about gambling over $100 million, it normalizes behavior that would destroy most people financially. The lawsuit specifically mentions concerns about targeting teenagers who can't legally gamble but are absolutely watching Drake and Adin Ross on social media and streaming platforms. Here's my real talk moment. This case matters because it's about accountability in the influencer economy. Drake isn't just a rapper anymore. He's a brand, a lifestyle, an aspirational figure for millions. When he promotes gambling, people listen. When he makes it look fun and consequence-free, people believe him. If he's actually gambling with house money while pretending it's his own, that's fraud. If he's using gambling platform infrastructure to fund bot farms that artificially inflate his music success, that's a whole other level of deception. And if Stake is operating illegal gambling while using celebrity endorsements to make it seem legitimate, they all deserve whatever consequences come their way. Relax. If the plan fails, we blame capitalism. It's never not guilty. The contradiction about whether Stake's tipping function even exists is going to be crucial. Plaintiffs need to produce evidence that this feature works exactly as they claim. If they can't, the whole case falls apart. But if they can, if they have transaction records, technical documentation, testimony from insiders. Then Stake's categorical denial becomes evidence of a cover-up rather than a defense. We're watching something potentially massive unfold here. A RICO case against one of the world's biggest entertainers, alleging a scheme that connects illegal gambling to music industry fraud through cryptocurrency payments and bot farms. It sounds almost too elaborate to be true, which is probably exactly what the defendants are counting on. But the receipts are starting to pile up, the timeline is documented, and the financial incentives are crystal clear. Drake had 100 million reasons per year to do whatever Stake wanted. The question is whether what they wanted crossed the line from aggressive marketing into criminal conspiracy. Stay tuned, because this story is just getting started. Okay, creators, that is your 15 Minutes of Fame podcast. If you like what we do here, show us some love with 5 stars and a follow. Now, go be the main character.
15 minutes of fame! 15 minutes of fame!
Grab news. Thomas.